you know.
That's it. That's the new, like everything is moving.
It's about a different model.
It is, and that's exciting in many ways.
It is.
You know, I think the web is so great for anybody who wants to be creative. You know, because you can do whatever you want if you, once again, market it properly and let them know, because they still have to know it's on there. So after it's free, then what do you do to attract more people?
After it's free and you get the eyeballs, then you just want advertisements. You know, you want advertisements that's gonna, you know, pay you for all the work you did to get all these eyeballs to your website. I mean, if you go back in time, advertisers have been the ones that pay you. Since back in the days of radio, you know,
sure,
you would have brands, you know, let's say, you know, a detergent, a laundry detergent company would say, I want to come in and I want to promote on your radio station. So the producer at the radio station would say, okay, why don't I create a show that sells your product? And from that, we have a lot of the Lucy type characters, a lot of the female home characters, soap operas. Soap. But in that, the internet becomes more important than television. What television knows is a sample.
Right.
They know what Nielsen ratings tell them. Internet tells you exactly who's watching.
Yes.
You know, and that's when you can charge more premium dollars for your ad space.
Our lifestyles change. I mean, we live in a market-based society, and more media and technology is playing a role in how we choose lifestyles for ourselves. And so I think it's at a right time to trust your own instinct and assume that there are other people out there like you, particularly with access to the technology. And then at that point, it's really about finding partners. I mean, you know, it's kind of like if it's about money, then you find someone with money that share the same values as you have. And
oh, you do? Have you been successful in that? I'm sure people who listen are going to want to know about that. So how do you go about finding someone who has money who's interested in what you're doing?
It's not. I mean, it's not like there's a book where you know how many people are worth $10 million or more that I can call. But
actually, there is.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at that.
Okay.
Look online.
We're eating investors at this table. Like we all have kind of the opportunity to say our opinions on different things through music, through words, through films, you know, and I think it's really important to be not only savvy with your marketing but also with your message.
Absolutely.
You know? And
totally.
And I think artists have that ability, meaning they can draw what they see or how they feel about something, you know, and musicians, of course, they're always, you know, singing about it or writing about, you know, how they feel, what's going on in the world today. I think artists are, are expressions of what's happening at any given time.
It does take a lot of dedication and sweat and discipline and whatever to pull through with this. I mean, and especially if you want to then sell it, it's not just, oh, you're so gifted and now I'm just going to throw it all there and then I'm going to go for a walk or something. I mean, it's just not that, I think. So I respect people who, you know, of course I love artists, I love all artists, and I respect people who make money with it, but I also sometimes think there's a little bit of a misunderstanding somehow.
Sure.
And
Indeed
I think it is a lot of work, and a lot of people suffer also. I mean, I think a lot of good art comes from the bad places and the pain and the suffering and all that. So,
and then time, like you said at the beginning, it takes time. You know, some people are very creative and they've been doing it a long time, and then they're rewarded for that. And some people think, oh, it's like overnight, I want to be like you, and they don't know that person has been doing it for 25 years.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's actually a really huge point. That's a huge point.
Yes.
Like, just don't stop doing your art. Even if you never get recognized or make a penny for it, it's still as important as the person that's making billions of dollars.
25, 30 years later, I'm still doing it, and hooray, and I still love it, and I do it because I love it, and that's who I am. Who are your mentors? Do you have mentors and people who are your advisors or guides that keep you, because you guys seem very grounded and stable.
Thank you.
And I think that's very important and very passionate and true to yourself. So do you have people who have helped you to get there along the way?
oh yeah, I think there've been
Several
several people that in different capacities have done things or given me things along the way, but the one thing that I think they all had in common is someone that they believed in it. I don't think you can do it without it. I mean, I think this is one of the biggest things.
I would definitely say that my mentors have come from executive leadership within the nonprofit community, and people who are just very familiar and grounded to give me confidence. And I think mentors are not only people who teach technical skills, but they're people who are consistent that you can come to at any walk of life, like a really good friend that you don't have to, people you don't have to speak to every day, but the conversation is still in place. You know what I mean? Those have been, I think, my best mentors.
It starts at home. You know, my mother is my biggest mentor. She's passed away in 2004, but she pretty much allowed me to just be who I am. You know, I snuck out when I was 14 years old to go to Studio 54, to go to a nightclub and hang out. And I came home, I lied to her. She was like, look, what did you really do? And, you know, I told her the truth, and she's like, look, you can go wherever you want as long as you tell me the truth. And that started a relationship that allowed me to kind of turn into who I am.
I think the most important thing about my mentors is they've always come at these really well-timed times when maybe I was getting a little too cocky, or maybe I was getting a little down, or maybe I was like giving up on something, and all of a sudden someone not meaning to be a mentor will just say something, and you go home and you're like, whoa, that changed my life. You know, and I think I'm very thankful for those, because they were just being themselves or just going about their business, but they totally inspired me.
That's the whole purpose. That's the reason I'm doing this. But other like-minded people, they want to share and hear what you're talking about. And it's just bringing different people together. Cheers. Thank